Well, that was one of 174 homicides in the city last year, and that set a new record.
And we are on another record-setting pace this year. Just a few weeks ago, Columbus City Council announced a new strategy to stop gun violence. Crime Tracker 10's Angela Ann looks at why a criminologist thinks his plan will save lives.
The headlines rarely change.
In the past 24 hours alone, 3 people have been killed.
This comes after another violent weekend in Columbus and Franklin County.
I mean, it's troubling. What else can I say?
But for families like Betty Williams,
my son was murdered, shot in the back.
Everything changed March 26th when gunfire erupted and her son, Earl Simmons, was killed. Family members say Earl tried to break up a fight.
But they know who they are. They know who they are.
This map shows where most of this year's homicides have happened in Columbus. What it doesn't show is the why. David Kennedy believes he knows the answer.
So in any city, the violence is connected to groups. People are saying, this is enough, this has to end. It was bad before.
David runs the National Network for Safe Communities at John Jay College in New York City. His violence reduction strategy has been a proven success in cities like Chicago, Boston, and Indianapolis. Columbus city leaders are counting on it to do the same here.
What the group violence intervention does is put together a community and social service and law enforcement partnership, engage directly with those high-risk people and high-risk groups.
So here's what the intervention comes down to, concentrating on those groups and their connections. David's studies have shown group members typically they make up 1/2 of 1% of a specific population. So if you were to pick a neighborhood of, say, 5,000 people, 25 of them are most at risk of shooting someone or becoming killed. Columbus Mayor Andrew Ginther says he will use David Kennedy's research to expand the city's Safe Neighborhoods program with other partnerships. And he believes this is the key to reducing the violence.
When every young man in this world says, I carry a gun to protect myself, that doesn't make it legal, it doesn't make it moral, it doesn't mean that it's not making things worse, but he's telling the truth.
Which is why the city's strategy is fueled in part by faith. 3 yet-to-be-named Columbus churches will house this program to start. And they'll call on mothers who have lost children to homicides to speak directly with the groups at risk, hoping voices of families like Jackie Chapman will affect change.
He wasn't just a person in the streets, a young black man that just get killed by gun violence. He was loved deeply. He was cared for. The type of pain that it's hard to look towards the next day to figure out what now.
For Crime Tracker 10, Angela Ann, 10 TV News.
Now, this new gun violence intervention strategy also partners with the Franklin County Court of Common Pleas to focus on violent offenders who are on probation or at risk to reoffend. The city plans to hire 3 new positions to help direct those groups to the resources that will help them find an alternative path from violence. Now, if you want to know much more about how this program works, you can check out an extended interview with David Kennedy on 10tv.com.